All right, today we're jumping into a really strange and honestly dramatic vision that the prophet Daniel recorded way back around 551 BC. It's this incredible prophecy filled with bizarre animal symbols and a huge battle that, as you're about to see, seems to have predicted events that would change the world for centuries. So let's just get right into it. The vision lays out this scene of a powerful ram with two horns getting absolutely pummeled by this ferocious one-horned goat that just flies in from the west. I mean, it sounds like something straight out of mythology, right? But what's so cool is that the prophecy itself gives us the key to unlock what these symbols actually mean. So what on earth is going on here? Before we get to the actual fight, we've got to know who's in the ring. And the amazing thing about this prophecy is it doesn't leave us guessing. It literally tells us which empires these animal symbols stand for. Yeah, the text itself just lays it all out. The two-horned ram, that represents the combined empire of Media and Persia. The two horns are the two kingdoms, and it even notes that the Persian horn grew higher, which lines up perfectly with Persia becoming the dominant power. Then on the other side, you've got the he-goat, which the prophecy identifies as the kingdom of Grecia, or Greece, and it comes charging in from the west. But wait, it gets even more specific. That single notable horn on the goat isn't just a symbol for the kingdom's power in general. The text identifies it as the first king. And this is where things get truly fascinating, because this is a direct reference to one of the most famous figures in all of history. Yep, we're talking about Alexander the Great. Okay, so now we're getting to the real heart of it all, verses 5 through 7, where the confrontation is described. This is the core of the vision, an incredibly vivid and detailed play-by-play, laying out not just what happens, but the whole nature of the attack itself. This first detail is just amazing, and it nails the first key aspect of the Greek conquest, its unbelievable speed. The goat moves so fast, it touched not the ground. It's this incredible, poetic way of describing a military campaign that's so swift and so rapid that it just completely overwhelms its enemies before they even know what hit them. And here's another crucial point. This wasn't just some cold, calculated land grab. The prophecy is very specific about the motive, choler, which is just an old word for intense, furious anger. And if you look at the history, this lines up with the deep-seated anger the Greeks had toward the Persians for all the past invasions and cruelties. It was personal. And then the prophecy lays out this brutal, step-by-step demolition. The goat doesn't just win, it completely dismantles the ram. It smites the ram, it breaks his two horns, that's Media and Persia, it casts him down to the ground, and then it stamps on him. I mean, this language describes a total, humiliating beatdown. There's no doubt left about who was in charge. So let's recap the prophecy. A super fast, furious goat with a big horn, representing Greece and its first king, comes in and utterly destroys a two-horned ram, which is Medo-Persia. Now for the really mind-blowing part. How does this stack up against the actual recorded history of Alexander the Great? Well, history mirrors that whole speed thing perfectly. Historians tell us Alexander's marches were just unbelievably fast. At one point, his army covered nearly 40 miles a day for 11 days straight. This lightning speed, just like the vision described, is exactly how he conquered his enemies at key battles like Granicus, Issus, and Gaugamela before they could even set up a proper defense. And this is where the story just gets wild. At the really big, decisive battles of Issus and Arbela, Alexander had maybe 47,000 soldiers. He was facing a Persian force of over 600,000 men. He was outnumbered more than 10 to 1. I mean, by any normal logic, his campaign should have been a complete disaster. But just like the prophecy said, the ram's incredible size and power meant nothing. History tells us the Persian Empire was completely shattered. Alexander's smaller, faster, and way more disciplined army just tore through them, fulfilling the vision's declaration that there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. So let's step back for a second. When you put this ancient vision right next to the history books, what's the big picture? What are we supposed to take away from this? What we're looking at is an almost perfect one-to-one match. I mean, every single symbolic detail in Daniel's vision, the empires, the notable horn being the first king, the incredible speed, the fury behind the attack, and the complete destruction of the bigger power, it all has a precise and direct parallel in Alexander the Great's conquest of Persia. And you know, this wasn't just some party trick predicting the future for fun. The text suggests the vision was given for a very specific reason, to get Daniel's people ready for the huge political earthquakes that were coming. It was like a roadmap of the rise and fall of the empires that would be ruling over them, giving them a heads up about what was on the horizon. And that really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? When an ancient text lays out a future event with such specific, verifiable detail, from the players and their motives to the actual battle tactics, what does that do to our view of history? We'll leave you with that to think about.